Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Martin Cliffe here. Just wanted to check in and see how everybody is. As I'm filming this, it's Sunday 18th of October, although it'll be a few days I think before I get a chance to upload it. And we're just having a few days away in Hong Kong because obviously nobody can travel this year. But I managed to get a crazy good hotel deal, and it's the week before Eva's birthday, but next week wasn't a practical week, this half-term week for school, so I could get away, and it just made it a convenient time for us to get away just for a few days and chill out and relax after what feels like been a very crazy few weeks and months, really. So yeah, sometimes you just need to get away, and particularly if you can get away for very little money. We're down on the south side of the island in a place called Wong Chuk Hang, which until the MTR line to here was built felt like a really long distance away. It's much easier to get here now. Just staying in a nice hotel and just going to relax for a few days before back to work on Friday. Back to work at the charity, that is. Obviously school is off still for the rest of the week because at least at half term we're not crazy enough to start on Thursdays or Fridays. So yeah, life in Hong Kong is getting pretty much back to normal. There are still social distancing things in place which are frustrating, I guess, to a certain extent. Probably more so if you have big families, because you can't really eat in restaurants in groups more than 4. Still, any kind of socializing is supposed to happen in small groups, although some restaurants are being kind of thoughtful enough that as long as there's a screen in between 2 tables, you can have 2 tables fairly close together, so your party is not actually separate. Like, we were able to have lunch with some friends and their children today, so there were 6 of us, but kind of at 2 tables with a partition in between. It's perhaps tweaking the legality of it very slightly, but to be honest, with the number of cases we're getting, Hong Kong is just vastly overreacting to the situation. We hear talk of the 4th wave is coming, but we're getting 4, 5, 7, 8, 3 cases a day over an entire population of 7+ million people. So yeah, thankfully, in terms of actually being in Hong Kong, COVID is not so much of an issue for us here. My heart goes out to any of you in particularly badly affected areas. This includes my parents, who are in Lancashire, in England, and they're pretty much locked down again at the moment, which is hard. It really is. It was my dad's birthday just a couple of weeks ago, and they should have been here, and obviously they haven't been able to travel because travelling is something that none of us are able to do at the moment, or very few of us. But at least they were able to have a bit of a good time to celebrate that, and we were able to speak to them online. We were talking the other day about how before the advent of the internet, how much more difficult a situation like this would be. It is easier to connect with people in a virtual way, which is, don't get me wrong, not as good as speaking to people in person. There's nothing like giving someone a hug when they're feeling down or they're feeling happy. But it's just, life is strange. But then also, you've got the question of, before the internet, would we even have known about this thing called COVID? It would have just been, a lot of people are getting ill this year, maybe there's a new flu strain. So, I don't know. It's a very strange situation. And obviously, Eva's birthday is coming up as well next week. And again, we're not able to celebrate with people in the way that we're accustomed to in previous years and that we would really like to. Which doesn't mean we're not going to make it a special day, but again, life is just different in 2020. So we're very blessed for where we are. We're particularly blessed to be able to have a few days away. And generally, yeah, life is good. We are healthy. We are doing well. We are able to help others, which is great. We are definitely turning our attention to the future. We are 8 months potentially from leaving Hong Kong. Our aim is realistically start to middle of June next year. So yeah, in 8 months' time we will probably not be in this continent. Now obviously we're very much hoping that the whole European situation has calmed down by then, but yeah, it is definitely time to move on. But we're very fortunate that we've been able to contribute back through working through the charity in this way, and that period of time has extended by virtue of the situation in the world, so we were able to contribute for longer, which is really good. It's really good because finding work for January was looking increasingly difficult, so it just made sense for us to stay where we are. So I think really that's it in terms of a life update, if you will. Yeah, just pretty much carrying on as normal. Life is not without its challenges, it has its ups and downs, but yeah, I really hope that all of you out there are doing well, or if you are struggling in any way, physically or mentally, emotionally, seek help, speak to people. Most situations, other people have been through, other people know ways to help. So yeah, look after yourselves and each other. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.